All right. The two teams that we have today are wind versus geothermal. We have wind, represented by Charlie and Nicole. Rhett is absent. And we have geothermal, represented by Natalie, Lucia, Eva, and who? Kylie. I always wanted to. All right. Now, you have the choice of deciding who would like to do their persuasives first. Who would like to do their persuasives first? I saw Eva's hand first, so go ahead, Eva.
Our energy source is geothermal energy. We think that our energy source is better because it is non-polluting, meaning it does not send smoke into the air, whereas wind energy makes a lot of pollution in the making of turbines. Another reason is that it is renewable, which means it can be used over and over again. It also can save 70% of our heating bill, and that is saving you a ton of money. It has a minor impact on the soil, so you can keep growing plants around that area. It will save you money in the long run, and with the economy sometimes not the best, it will save you a lot of money and be really helpful. You do not need fuel to power it, such as gasoline. That is really good because gasoline costs a lot of money, so it saves you a lot along with saving you a lot of heating bills. It also doesn't interfere with aesthetics. So unlike wind turbines or solar panels, it can be put underground and will not be very disruptive. Also, it doesn't make a lot of sound compared to wind turbines that can sound like a small jet engine.
Done? Wind?
Ours is wind energy. Wind energy is a non-polluting energy, and it can go as long as the sun is in the world. It's improved and can power most of our homes. It creates energy by wind turbines spin, creating electricity.
Wind turbines spinning but to create energy. It has a generator which also helps power homes.
Okay, it got quieter as technology got newer. It's worth the money because it's 100% clean.
And it would take one more step to a non-polluting plant. It is way underrated because the U.S. produces the second most wind energy farms, but it only uses 1% of its energy in the U.S. They are never harmful to people or ground animals.
Also, most of all renewable energies pollute. So that is why wind should. Okay. You can use wind energy with other stuff, like boats and sails, which wind pushes it. And now people all over the world are trying to use wind energy. That's basically why we should.
Done.
Okay. So wind, you get the choice of starting first. And then if you don't want to, you can have geothermal start first. It's up to you.
We can start first.
Okay.
So arguments first, right?
Yeah, argument then defense, then argument then defense.
They say that making a geothermal power plant costs a lot of money. Done.
That's true, but once you have it, it can save money in the long run by saving including heating bills, because if you use it, the heating bills will just be cheaper because.
Okay, you gotta be louder if I'm gonna be able to judge you guys. So a little louder, please. I think so. I heard you mostly, but I lost it.
In the long
save 70% on your heating bills. So that basically gets most of it. Saves money in the long run for you. Done.
So birds can get hit by the propellers, and that can affect the ecosystem. Done.
Honestly, that is just a myth, and actually, a bird dies from a wind turbine only once every 8 to 15 years.
Well,
Done.
One turbine. That's what it's sometimes some people say that it kind of smells because it's pipes and probably smell. Okay, done.
That's an opinion for most people, and also you could, if you really think it's bad, you could use air perfumer.
Air what? Purifier?
Air purifier. And there are lots of larger. Done.
The wind turbines have a similar sound to a small jet engine, so that means that they are kind of loud, which can get like annoying to some people.
Which can get what?
Like annoying to some people.
Please make sure that you're loud enough for the camera and Mrs. Martinez to hear you guys.
Now technology has allowed wind turbines to make less noise than the background noise in your own home. Done.
Sometimes it can have gas leaks, which can be harmful to people and animals.
Did you say done? I just didn't hear.
Sometimes geothermal energy can have gas leaks, which can be harmful to people and animals.
And I just said, did you say done?
Yeah, done.
Done. Great.
Actually, the hazardous gases can be extracted and put back into the reservoir or sold for industrial purposes.
Can be extracted and put where?
Put it back into the reservoir or sold for industrial purposes. Done.
Nope. It's girl's turn.
Some people think that the wind turbines aren't very attractive, or they don't look very good, and they don't like how they look in your, say, backyard or something.
Because like almost all the websites that we've looked on, like they've mentioned something about the site.
And that they done.
You can speak for this one.
Okay, so first of all, it's an opinion, and you can put it somewhere like windier, and it can still like go all the way back to your house. Done. It takes like almost 7 years to make a geothermal energy field. Done.
Yes, it does, but well, since it doesn't depend on the weather, it's always a constant flow that could make up for the 7 years it takes to build it, and it never goes away. It's always there.
So that would like not many 7 years or cut that shorter.
Done.
Nope. Girl's turn.
What if the wind's
always done.
Yes, but the thing is, people are using batteries to store energy inside the wind turbine. So even when it's not windy, they can use the energy that was from the battery to send it straight into your houses.
And wind is like always there unless the sun blows up or something.
Not necessarily. Sometimes it's just not windy.
I know, but like there's still wind. Like, done.
Done.
Whatever.
Considering the fact that geothermal and power plants need a lot of space to build, it may take it takes some more time to get permission to build one. Done.
They do have the least visual impact out of most of the energy sources.
The least what impact?
Visual?
Yeah, and they get an argument next, so you're not up yet.
Depends where everything goes.
Like the trees blocking the wind?
Yeah.
Or buildings blocking the wind?
So it matters where the wind turbines are.
True, but if you place it in places like the desert, where it's usually windy, there's not that many things to block it, and the fact that there's not many things to block it, and the fact that you can transfer energy from a wind turbine to other places a long distance, that covers up the fact that you can't place it everywhere.
Okay.
Done.
So sometimes it takes ground animals home, like burrows and stuff, because it's on the ground.
Sometimes what does, Charlie?
Like
It
animals
takes
like
away underground animals' homes.
When they build a power
Yeah,
plant?
when
You
they
need to
build
say
a
that,
power
please. Okay.
done.
You could probably always build it in a place that would be free of the animals' homes.
Yeah, so then we wouldn't have to worry about hurting the animals' homes.
Done with it.
I think we're done.
Done. Lightning can cause damage to the turbines.
Yes, that is true, but as I was saying, there are many places where they can be placed, and as I said earlier about the desert, it doesn't have many people living in there, so there is a lower chance of any people getting hurt from of the turbine, if it does happen. Done.
Kids on both teams, please make sure you don't say done until you've checked with your partner, please, okay? On both teams. They did say done, Mrs. Martinez, but kiddos, once somebody says done, it's over. So check with your partner, please, okay?
Sometimes geothermal energy can trigger earthquakes.
Wait, say done.
Done.
But you can be prepared and ready for the earthquake. The geothermal energy plants are also probably pretty far away from where people are, so it might not affect them as much.
And the power plants don't never mind actually.
I don't think they would trigger huge earthquakes.
Yeah,
Maybe
probably
minor ones.
minor ones like the ones that you don't really
Like a
like
small ones.
and assume everyone is prepared for earthquakes, or most people,
Yeah.
like in school. We are. Done.
Well, since you said that you can't really.
Wait,
Yeah.
Oh.
you don't get to respond to that. Yep, girls.
Some people think that the countryside should be left untouched, where that's where most of the wind turbines are.
Because they want to do like farm.
They also don't think it's beautiful and
They might not want to leave it untouched. They might not want them there.
wait, could you clarify?
They didn't say done yet, so Charlie can't ask.
Like done.
Now you can ask on your time.
Can you please say that again? Because
People think that the countryside, which is where most of the wind turbines are, should be left untouched so they stay beautiful. What is it?
So then they can farm or like do what they want with their land instead of having lots of turbines.
As for the fact that wind turbines can, sorry, as for the fact that it may disrupt the beauty of the countryside, some people consider wind turbines very sleek and appealing. Now, also for the fact that that people can't use their land when there's a wind farm there, most livestock don't even bother getting close to, don't even interact with the wind turbines. Done.
okay.
We're coming close to the end, kiddos, so if you've got, why don't we say 2 more per team? So if you need a few extra seconds to get ready, I can have Ms. Martinez pause it while we both prepare our last 2 arguments, which means 8 responses, 8 sets of comments, but it's 2 arguments each. Yeah, Ms. Martinez, you would pause it if I ask for clarification, you can pause it, but if they do, it's on their time. Just, you know what I mean for the last one, Charlie? Just so you know where I was coming from. Thank you for doing this. It's Wynn's turn now. Wynn, are you almost ready?
Yep.
Last 2 arguments, so 1 from Wynn.
Okay. Most countries, don't really use it because it's really hard to install.
Don't really use what?
Do it.
Don't really use what?
Geothermal energy.
Two of them. Oh, wait, done.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Most countries do not use your energy source, so it is harder to install because it's harder to install geothermal energy.
But once it is installed.
Oh, sorry, done.
Okay. Once it is installed, it's like there, so then you
You guys, it's kind of rude to do your snacks when we're in the middle. You know we're taking a break as soon as these 2 arguments are over. Grr.
can use it after it's destroyed.
Since it doesn't depend on weather.
That's the first time we hit the minute mark. So now you get your last 2 arguments. You get 1.
The wind turbines aren't very efficient, and the largest turbine can only power 75 people at a full capacity. Done.
Power the homes of 75 people?
Yeah. Done.
Well, it's said that one turbine can cover 9/10 of your house, so
The more turbines, the more people that can cover that wind turbine can cover. Done.
Could you say it again for me, Nicole? The more people, the more wind turbines?
The more wind turbines are built,
The more people.
it covers.
Okay, I get it, thank you. All right, last argument for wind?
Well, for building a geothermal energy plant, you have to first get an approval, which takes
and
quite a
fill out
lot of time.
and you have to fill out waivers, like papers, and I guess it said on one website it takes like almost more than a year to fill out those papers.
I won't allow this argument because this is in response to geothermal heating in your home, not geothermal electricity in a power plant.
Oh,
Okay, which we've talked about several times from both sides, so it's nobody's fault. But this is the first time that it affected an argument. So, do you want a different one in your 19 seconds, or would you like to just defer to geothermal?
Defer.
Okay, geothermal last argument, please.
So we found out on the website that the turbines can make the bat's lungs explode because it creates a low pressure system in the air, and it can cause the blood vessels in the bat's lungs to enlarge, causing the lungs to explode, which can really just end. It can die from it.
And it mess up like the food chain, I guess.
The ecosystem, because if bats are dying, a lot of other things could die out too. Those things could bats.
Done.
well, that rarely happens.
Because when we are talking about the bird mortality, we are talking about any flying animal.
But it's well,
We didn't exactly find that on any source.
but I'm sure like rarely happens in because we couldn't. Okay, done.
Done.
Right, that's where we'll stop. Okay.
During the making of a wind turbine, it costs a lot, but after the building, there are no further payments except for the energy bill.
And we found online that when putting down a turbine, it never pollutes. It doesn't really pollute.
There are also hardly any hazardous materials used in making wind turbines, unlike how a few people state.
Also, wind turbine causes no natural disasters. Done.
All right, girls.
We're trying to get our
Okay, can you start though, and then
Yeah.
get it when you're ready?
Our worthy opponents had very good points. However, we think the statement about the bats exploding lungs not happening very often was untrue, because it can happen anywhere there are wind turbines and a low pressure system. We also have proof of that with our website we're trying to get on here. Also, we think that since the power of wind turbines can only be stored in a battery, and sometimes those batteries can cost a lot of money, that would also be very costly, and so we would just like to clarify that. We think the debate went well, and thank you for acknowledging our information.
You can't find like where.
Okay, so just say done then, if you think you're done, unless you have more.
Done.
done. Okay, hallway quickly so we can do our voting, and then we'll get ready with the next group very fast.
You're still adding up your totals.
Add up your totals, kiddos. No, it just means we have to go to recess and continue it after recess. All right, in the middle for me, please, kiddos. Thank you so much. All right. First of all, congratulate both teams on a good debate.
Good job.
Okay. Can you guys each congratulate each other as well?
Good job. Good job.
Good job,
Nice.
guys.
All right. I'm proud of both sets of debates so far, but we do have a winner on the mark on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Win! Congratulations, you guys. All right. Last group get set up, please. Last group get set up.